I told the treasurer, from now on, any tithe that comes from this family, don't add it to the rest. Put it aside. Let me find out if the God who sent me can run his church without these people's contribution.
This video is about what Pastor Adeboye said concerning the billionaire who decided to ask for the accountability of his tithes in the church. So he told the story about what he did and what actually happened to the billionaire after he asked for the accountability of the tithe that he has been paying to the church. I'm just wondering how much a billionaire should be bringing to the church. It's not a small money that we are talking about.
I told you that at a time, 4 of the real billionaires in Nigeria were in this family. And pride came because they were, the tithe that was coming to the main church through this family was hefty. By that definition, of the time. All of a sudden, a handful of the big men, not the ones I mentioned, Rupiah said, every month you must give to us an account of how you are spending our tithes.
This is the number one reason why people ask for the accountability of their tithes. It's because they have started thinking that they are giving to human being. You know, when you think that you're giving your tithe to human being, that is exactly when this idea of asking for the accountability of your money comes from. The Bible tells us something about tithing. Although some people say that the Old Testament is not really important now that Christ has come, that what we should concentrate on is the coming of Christ, what Christ has done for us. So we should concentrate on the New Testament and whatever Christ has established for us. But we are forgetting one thing that Jesus said that he has not come to abolish the law, but he has come to fulfill it.
I said, okay. What they're asking for is all right. They're simply asking for transparency, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
The second reason why some church members are asking for the accountability of their tithe, they are looking at their pastors getting richer and richer by day, wearing nice clothes to church, expensive clothes to church, buying private jets, living in mansions. Even in that their affluent level, they still ask for the tithe. They still ask for the tithe, for offering and all that. They send their children to abroad to school, and if you look at their children, they are living like princes and princesses, while some members of the church are living in abject poverty. So this is what the problem is.
I say, however, I have gone through the Bible. I have not found a place where God spoke to Moses and said, every month you must give an account of the tithe of the children of Israel to them. So I said, all right, I will do 2 things. Number 1, I will prepare a detailed account of how your money is spent, including if we buy a bottle of Coke for first-timers. I will put it in a file. And every month, when you people come for the Holy Ghost service, that file will be on the table. I won't give it to you. I will put it on the table. Anyone who wants to see can go and read. But make sure you wait till I have left the room. Because I know everything that we are doing on earth is being recorded in heaven. I don't want my God to say, you are the one who handed it to them, and you were there when they were reading. And I did that.
If the men of God can help the poor among them, nobody will come to them and start asking them for the accountability, because they are already seeing what the money is being used for. If you give Father back a kobo Father Mbaka is putting the money to helping the poor. He established many foundations where the poor are being helped. Even his company, pure water company, or his products that he's selling, getting the money he's giving to the poor. So nobody will go to Mbaka now and ask, all the money that you are bringing to this adoration ministry, what are you doing with it? Because they are already seeing it, that the money is being used to help the poor in a way that is very, very transparent to the people.
Number two, I told the treasurer, from now on, any tithe that comes from this family, don't add it to the rest. Put it aside. Let me find out if the God who sent me can run his church without these people's contribution.
People are going to one day ask themselves, why am I giving to this man? Because they are seeing you as the owner of the church. There's no hierarchy. Like there's nowhere else that the money is going. It is going to you. When you come to Catholic Church, that's nothing like tithe. But that's offerings. Catholic members are encouraged to donate generously to the church. And every Sunday, they are called out to make some donations. They collect offering, first offering and second offering. Sometimes they call out for special offering. And these offerings, donations are not forced. Nobody is forcing you to donate anything. Now, after the money would have been collected, they have to do account to the bishop. Now, the bishop will do account to the cardinal. The cardinal will now do the account to the pope. So whatever that is being gotten is not taken by that particular priest that is taking care of that particular parish. The money is leaving that place to the bishop. Now, the bishop is the one that will divide the money and give to the priest the amount that he is going to be used to maintain himself and also to maintain his church. But in other churches where we have individuals that started their own church, now you see that when the people bring the tithe, it's now going directly to the man. When the service finish, the pastor will just carry the money and go home. Tell me, why won't people think that you are using their money to enrich yourself?
So for 2 years, how many years? 2 solid years. Every kobo that came from this family was kept in a separate account. Let me just find out if God is bigger than the biggest, richer.
If you are attending a particular church and they give rules to how things should be done in the church, you have to follow the rules because you are in that church. You have to follow their rules. Any day you think that whatever that they're doing there is not suitable to you, you don't like what they're doing there anymore, instead of fighting against whatever they are doing, you have the right to leave the church. Yes, you have the right to leave the church. Now, this particular church that you are in, they are paying tithe. And tithe is biblical, you understand? Now, there are churches that are not paying tithe. Catholic is not paying tithe. Yeah. You can decide to leave that church. Since you are not comfortable with tithing anymore, you can decide to leave that church and enter a church that is not paying tithe. It's as simple as that. As long as you are in that church that is paying tithe, you have to pay your tithe because it is the law, the rule in that church, and you are part of that church. It's a kind of being a member of a fraternity. Whatever that fraternity does, you have to do whatever they are doing, no matter what. That particular law has bound you. And any day that you decide that you're not going to follow that law again, it means that you have to break and go away. You understand? And nobody is going to hold you because there's freedom of worship. But as long as you are in that church, you have to do whatever they're doing. If you don't do it, it is going to affect you. Believe me, it's going to affect you.
Than the richest. It was when Ababa came. So you can check all these stories, the people involved that are alive. Professor Ababa came from Ibadan. I sent him here. When I say here, we were only one branch there, just the family. And then, after he's been in the church for some months, he came to me. He said, the people are complaining The people you ask me to go and join, they are complaining. What's the complaint? They said things are not going well. And they have found out that they offended me. That's why contracts were being cancelled, all manners of things were happening. I said, I'm not quarreling. And God knew. I wasn't quarreling. I just ignored. I pray in the name that's above every other name, what you will do that will cause God to ignore you, you will never do it.
About tithes, do you think that people should ask for the accountability of their tithe offering when they give it, or do you think that they should just remove their eyes from it?